Well, hello everyone. Wow, my God, what a game that was. 5-star performance, a 5-0 demolition of Crystal Palace. We were absolutely fantastic tonight. I mean, I'd predicted 3-1. I wasn't expecting 5-0. Just in before, I've had something to eat. Tried to record it near the ground, but it was a little busy and had to get a bus, so I just want to do it when I'm back home. But my God, that was just, honestly, that was fantastic. Like I said, 5-star, 5-0. We just demolished with steamroll at Crystal Palace. I bar their penalty, which wasn't a penalty, by the way. I've seen it back. It didn't look like it at the time in the ground, but other than that, they were awful. Like, we've been saying for so long, like, this game in hand, because obviously it was meant to be cup final weekend. But again, exactly a month on since the cup final win, we're just relentless. We just haven't let up. That's 17 goals scored and only 3 conceded since the West Ham, like from the West Ham win to now. Like all those 6 games, that's 6 wins in a row in all competitions, 5 in a row in the Premier League. And we're just, honestly, are we the best team in the Premier League at the moment? We probably are. I mean, we've certainly got the best striker in the league, and he's finally back on the score sheet tonight. He's looked a little frustrated that everyone else has been scoring it, but the fact that Alexander Isak, yes, he got an assist at the weekend. He didn't score against Man U, but the fact that we're able to share all the goals out when Isak's not scoring, it's just the mark of a brilliant team. Jacob Murphy, he's now on 8 league goals for the season, 10 assists in all competitions. Premier League, that's 18, all competitions. That's now 21 goals and assists. I mean, again, a victory for coaching from Eddie Howe, Jason Tyndall and his backroom team. Alexander Isak's on 25 goals for the season now. Harvey Barnes is now on 9. He should have been 10, but Mark Gahey, so desperate to sign for it, but if it wasn't for Steve Parish, he's now scored 2 own goals against her. Isak could have had a hat-trick. He had a chance saved there when Murphy pulled it back for him. Second half, when it came to him, played in, he should have scored at the Leazer's end as well. But yeah, you know what? I just can't fault him. Like, again, all good strikers. He's still getting chances. That's the important thing. And eventually he'll score. But the goals as well, just how much we broke at pace, pressed them, and just were clinical. I think we only had 7 shots on target, but we scored 5. From the first goal, Jacob Murphy said he's meant it. You know what, the form he's in, I believe him. Just like Sandro Tonali's goal against Brentford at the Leazer's end. Well, this one from the Gallagher, just on the right-hand side, he said he went for goal. And I thought he was going to cross it, but the fact that he just smashed it past Dean Henderson, that lifted the roof off. We could have had a couple more, but then obviously they put, as I put the free kick in, Nick Pope came out. Yes, he didn't get the ball, but you know, he barely touched Colin Richards. One of the worst decisions ever. And where we were, we saw that the referee, like, on-field decision was no pen. But again, the VAR, even though the referee's meant to be the one who makes the final decision on the pitch, like, it's up to the referee, his final call over any of his officials or that person in Stockley Park. The fact that the referee is on the pitch, seen it, didn't think it was a pen, but then still went with the VAR. When we were looking down the East Stand touchline at him at the screen, he was shaking his head, and then he kept touching his ear twice, and yet he still give it. Have courage in your conviction. You're the referee. You're the senior official. It's not a pen. But you know what? That's one of the worst pens ever. For a player who's been in such form this season, a team I thought would play well tonight, they were so negative. They were just so bad, like time wasting. 1-0 down, and they were taking a minute at a time with the goal kicks. But then it summed it up. Justice, Ezra's pen, absolutely awful. Fair play to Nick Pope. Like, I know it wasn't a pen, but the fact that he saved it. And well done. Keepers normally go early, and then the players can just make the decision by putting it the opposite way. But Nick Pope stood his ground, waited for Ezra to take it. It just, that run-up, honestly, those run-ups are just awful. And it was one of the worst pens ever. And then it was 98 seconds between that and we're going ahead and scoring. Yes, Harvey Barnes didn't get credit with the goal. It went to Mark Gahey, but yeah, the fact that Barnes is just in such form and has such confidence that it went in the back of the net. That's just, he deserves that. And Sandro Tonali, again, he's absolutely ridiculous. Like, he's passing, his vision, his engine. Like I said, like for Harvey Barnes for the 3rd goal, that pass. But again, he was just everywhere. Like any time a Crystal Palace player got the ball, Sandro Tonali was there. Sorry, I hiccuped. I'm just so excited talking about a player who I can't believe is ours. Every game you're just thinking, wow, he was fantastic, and then he gets better the next game. Just every game, he's consistently brilliant every game, but he's also better in every game, if that makes sense. I know it sounds contradictory, but he's fantastic. And I've got to say as well, fair play to Harvey Barnes. You know what, like, does Anthony Gordon get back in the team at the moment? No, he doesn't. Harvey Barnes is absolutely deserving to keep his place, and he's in the form of his life. So fair play to him for picking up the mantle when Gordon got suspended, and he just hasn't looked back, and he's really nailed down his place this time. But yeah, he's just brilliant. We're worried about the left side before Wembley, but absolutely fantastic. But Sandro Tonali, world class. He's easily the best central midfielder in the league right now. I can't believe he's ours. Like, the guy he's absurd. Just what a defensive midfielder. I just can't believe how well he plays. Just he's all-round game. He's all-round game. What a player. I don't think I can say anything more other than just world-class. He's absolutely world-class. And yeah, for that 3rd goal, Sandro Tonali was like running towards, like, say on a clock face, 2 o'clock. And then the fact he pulled it towards 10 o'clock for Harvey Barnes, and the confidence of the man to get his 9th goal of the season. Ran through, defender didn't have a prayer, pulled it back onto his left foot, and then just slammed it past Henderson. And I will be honest, I did miss the 4th goal. I really needed the toilet. So I thought, well, 3-0 up at half time. That's comfortable. Job done for that half. So I went down. Went to the toilet, got a drink, and then looked up at the screen, and then I saw the 4th goal, getting the free kick on the right-hand side. Trippier's little flick back to Jacob Murphy, the confidence of the man, whipped it in, and Fabian Schär with a brilliant header. And again, Fabian Schär and Dan Burn, you know what, I don't even think Sven Botman should be risked for the rest of the season. They're in such form. And then the 5th goal, just to round it all off, Alexander Isak. And the fact that Joe Litton pressed high, he's avoided a 2-game suspension. Isak picked it up outside the box. Boom, bang, good night, 5-0, job done. And then we're made with subs. We're brought on Gordon, Willock, Longstaff, Kraft and Wilson. And it was a procession from there. The fact they brought Ezra and that off shows they knew the game was well gone. But yeah, it was just a procession from then on. The last 25 minutes, you could say, was just a training exercise. The only chance they did have is where, I can't remember who it was who slipped, but their player then slipped, and it was just hilarious. And then the shithousery at the end, just glad all over from the DJ. That is just excellent. Gotta say, fantastic. So yeah, Newcastle are absolutely flying at the minute. We're going to Villa Park. They got knocked out, obviously, the Champions League last night. We'll go there with full confidence. And why can't we win? But you know what? We've got this buffer now. We're 6 points clear of 6th place. It's 5, but technically it's 6 with a goal difference. I mean, we've just bulked with goal difference up to plus 21. So Villa Park, I'd say yes. I think they have a good unbeaten run. I think they're unbeaten there in 18 games. But as long as we avoid defeat, that's still an excellent result. But why can't we go there and win? Our tails are right up there at the Champions League. Yes, they might respond. We bossed them. And I honestly, like I said, I did think that they would come here and give away a game, but they were so negative and time wasting, and justice was done the night. So that's 39 points from 51 for Newcastle, and that's 19 wins in the last 24 games. 5-0, 5-star performance. Excellent, 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 excellent. Couldn't be happier. But that's it from me for now. Thank you very much for watching my post-match review. I'm going to go to bed now. I've got work tomorrow before the 4-day weekend, so I'm looking forward to the break. But I'll be back with my preview for Aston Villa on Friday. But for now, take care. Bye-bye, everyone.